Presidential spokesmen who have all it takes to become Nigeria's president. Oh my goodness. Presidential spokesmen who have it all. The current spokesman or the past one. Let's find out the news in detail. As the politics and intrigue surrounding the 2027 presidential election continue to ramp up and are expected to be a horse race among traditional political heavyweights, there are notable former presidential spokespersons who will not look out of place should they decide to come to the party to stake a claim for the office of the president. Undoubtedly, anything is possible in politics, and because the game is not for the faint-hearted, this spokesperson will likely not struggle when they try to adapt to the rigors and pressure associated with the office of the president. And this, simply put, is because their wealth of experience, adaptability, and exposure will come in handy when the chips are down. Therefore, for these spokespersons contesting for the highest office in the land and vying to earn the support of Nigerians will surely be one of the most profound honors bestowed on them by Nigerians. Thus, in no particular order, importance or preference, they are Dele Momodu, Reno Omokri, Femi Fani-Kayode, and Daniel Bola. Of course, they all come from the southern part of Nigeria except Wala and maybe to deal with the country's unwritten rotational presidency arrangement. Despite this, however, if they were to have individual presidential ambition, it will no doubt be judged legitimate and in order. Dele Momodu. 60-year-old Momodu is a reputable journalist and publisher of Ovation International, a magazine that celebrates distinguished Nigerians and their accomplishment. The Osun State-born politician is a successful businessman, a proper thoroughbred. Momodu has a Master of Arts degree in English Literature from the prestigious Obafemi Awolowo University, Ile-Ife. The likable Momodu was an aspirant in the 2011 presidential election under the Labour Party. The party at that time was not yet a powerhouse, and Momodu was mocked for wasting his time chasing shadows. The Labour Party eventually chickened out of the presidential election and endorsed then the President Goodluck Jonathan of the People's Democratic Party. Momodu, undeterred, found a new home in the National Conscience Party, and like in the Labour Party, he possessed the new party's expression of interest form. He then doggedly pursued and got the party's nomination ticket. Even though Momodu did not win the 2011 presidential election proper, he had announced himself as a force to be reckoned with, and when he later decamped to the People's Democratic Party, it did not surprise anyone when he began to eye the 2023 presidency. When all was said and done, Atiku beat Momodu and others to be the converted People's Democratic Party (PDP) presidential primary ticket, and remarkably, in that primary, Momodu had 0 votes from delegates. Momodu held his head high after that crushing blow to his ambition, and it did not take long before the Presidential Campaign Council of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) made him Director of Campaign on Strategic Communications. After his appointment, many Nigerians wondered why a man of high political caliber like Momodu would accept to be a spokesperson for a party, arguing that it should be the presidency or bust. Reno Omokri. Omokri is a controversial social media influencer who calls himself Table Shaker because of his penchant for stating facts and rubbing it in. During the campaigns, Fani-Kayode was one of Tinubu's spokespersons who took no prisoners. He hit Tinubu detractors so hard that it surprised not a few Nigerians that he was not considered for the role of federal minister. Back to Reno Omokri. The 50-year-old Isekiri Delta State-born, best-selling author and pastor is an alumnus of the University of Wolverhampton. He obtained a degree in law there. Having lived most of his useful life abroad, Omokri returned to Nigeria to serve as special assistant on digital media to former President Goodluck Jonathan in 2011 to 2015. Omokri, who has thus far been a member of the People's Democratic Party, has never hidden his desire to see the former ruling party take the wheel of national politics. He supports Atiku for president in 2027. Many say that Omokri will always side with Atiku because Omokri, first worked for the Waziri at Damawa in Aso Rock before Jonathan requested for his services. And for his consistency, Omakri supporters have told him that loyalty to somebody should not stop him from aspiring to be president. Meanwhile, Omakri has been a thorn in the flesh of former Labour Party presidential candidate Peter B, who Omakri said did not initiate, start, complete, and commission any school at all in Anambra State throughout his tenure as governor there. In the same vein, Omakri also declared that Obi did not build any independent power project after the letter vented frustration at the news that another country, Tanzania, was allegedly generating more electricity than Nigeria. While reacting to Obi in a post on X platform, Omakri elucidated what he would have done differently in Anambra State and started his opening statement with, "If I were governor of a state like Anambra." As it is, some Nigerians are now urging him to stop dreaming but have a presidential ambition that is a notch above his governorship ambition. Femi Fani-Kayode, FFK. He was born 63 years ago into the famous Fani-Kayode family of Osho State. Like his father and grandfather before him, Fani-Kayode studied law in the United Kingdom and is no pushover in the political dynamics of Nigeria. Fani-Kayode was a member of the National Democratic Coalition. He went into exile during the tyrannical military junta of the late Sani Abacha. He has paid his dues to ensure that democracy did not die in Nigeria. In 2001, Fani-Kayode returned to Nigeria, armed with his eloquence and oratory skills, and he was engaged as one of the spokespersons spearheading the charge for former President Olusegun Obasanjo's re-election in 2023. Re-election in 2003. That venture paid off and Fani-Kayode was made Special Assistant for Public Affairs to Obasanjo from 2003 to 2006. He was thereafter appointed Minister of Culture and Tourism and later Minister of Aviation. Originally of the People Democratic Party, Fani-Kayode's stewardship as minister would come under the radar of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission. After the chiefs were down, he was discharged and acquitted by Federal High Court, which sat in Lagos on all money laundering charges. Before Fani-Kayode decamped to the All Progressive Congress, a former Lagos State chairman of the Christian Association of Nigeria, the late Alex Bangbola, had, during an occasion in Lagos, prayed for Fani-Kayode, who was on his knees, telling him that he would one day rule Nigeria. Bangbola said, and I quote, "If you do not compromise yourself, God said I should tell you, you will one day rule this nation." Fani-Kayode was in 2022 made the director and new media of the All Progressive Congress Presidential Campaign Council. During the campaigns, Fani-Kayode was one of Tinubu's spokespersons who took no prisoners. He hit Tinubu detractors so hard that it surprised not a few Nigerians that he was not considered for the role of a federal minister. Nigerians are now advising Fani-Kayode to take his destiny in his hands and bring Bambola's prophetic prayer to pass. Daniel Bwala is of the northern-eastern state of Adamawa and the former spokesperson for 2023 Atiku Okowa Presidential Campaign Organization. To his credit, he did a yeoman's job in his criticism of Tinubu and the All Progressive Congress. A seasoned lawyer and lecturer, Wala had actually been with the All Progressive Congress before he was made a spokesperson in the People Democratic Party. It has irked him that the All Progressive Congress made Kashim Shettima, a Muslim like Tinubu, the party's presidential running mate. Wala, who loathed the Muslim ticket, then decided to withdraw his support for the former Lagos State governor. He was swiftly drafted into the People Democratic Party after he did his about turn. He was thereafter given the plum job of spokesperson and used this newfound role to captivate Nigerians with his erudition and insight into tropical issues. The people who put these people together is certainly, I don't know what they were thinking about, but the person, I am tempted to say, is the person all right? All right, on this note, you've come to the end of the news. We say thank you for tuning in to listen until I come your way next time. Enjoy.